Guys, what's going on? I'm currently with my student, Arad.
What's going on?
He is from Canada. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about his journey. You know, just pretty much starting fresh into high ticket sales, getting in a brand new avenue. And it's kind of like the transition from working the 9 to 5 and pursuing high ticket sales full time as a remote closer. So Arad, what I want you to do, just essentially tell me who you are, how old you are, what you do, all that kind of stuff.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Arad. I'm 19 years old. I live in Vancouver, Canada. And right now I'm a full-time or a full cycle closer.
But if you just kind of like want to tell everybody what you were doing prior to getting into high ticket sales, just your honest experience, why you even wanted to get into high ticket sales in the first time, just kind of like a backstory of everything.
Yeah, for sure, man. So before I, started high ticket sales, I was always like entrepreneurial. I was always, trying to figure out a way to make money online. And it first started off with trading. I was doing a bit of day trading here and there. Didn't work out too well. And then, meme coins came about. So I printed a bunch of money with meme coins. And then my buddy told me about high ticket sales. And at that time I was also tutoring at Kumon and also in college. And I paid for one sort of course. Didn't really teach me shit. And then he told me to do outreach through Instagram. So I started reaching out to people. I reached out to Hemza twice, actually, to hop on an offer. And then I saw that he was opening up spots on his mentorship. So then I hopped on a call with him, and now we're here today.
What's funny is he literally reached out to me because I posted like a job offer. And I don't know how you came across my page or whatever, but I watched his intro video. It's kind of like a resume video, and I thought he was fucking dog shit, like in full transparency. And I told him too. I was like, "Yo, like this is not good. Like, who's your sales coach?" He named some fucking random. He's like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, "He didn't teach me shit." Yeah, it's your shot, by the way. You can hit whatever. Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, he didn't really teach me shit." And I just kind of pitched him on coaching, to be honest with you. And I just explained like the benefit of everything, and he was pretty down. So, all right. I guess just tell me. So I want you to kind of break down like the transition from working your 9 to 5 to transitioning full time onto your AI agency offer.
Basically, I started out I was setting on a B2B agency offer. And then my offer owner asked me, "When do you want to do this like full time? Like, when can you quit your job?" I was like, "You know what? Like, fuck it. I'll quit my job now." So I put in my 2 weeks notice, and then I started going full time on setting. And then that week, I got let go of on my offer. So when I was offer hunting, and then hopped on a cold calling offer, wasn't great. And then from there, that same guy hit me up a month later, telling me to come back. So I come back for around 3 to 4 weeks, and was full-time setting. And then he let me and the original setter that I got hired with before go. And now I'm on the offer that I am on now, and I'm a full cycle closer now.
Fire. I gotta ask you, Rod. So like, what were you making working your tutoring job versus what you're currently making as we speak?
My tutoring job, I was pulling in probably around $800 Canadian a month. I wasn't pulling in much. Now I'm pulling in around like, I'd say $5K a month, but there's definitely room to improve. That's the goal.
Let me ask you, Rod, like what was the moment for you in time where you felt like something had to change? Like you just weren't content working your 9 to 5. And like obviously $800 CAD is fucking weak. But yeah, like what kind of changed for you, and like what did that look like?
Honestly, it wasn't the money factor to me. For me, I had something, I had a very close family member of mine deal with something quite serious, and if something were to happen to that family member of mine again, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what my family would do. So it came to my realization that I actually need to, start making money, that if something were to happen again, I'm able to protect and provide for my family.
Obviously, you joined the program previously. You didn't get any sort of real coaching or help. What made you decide to go with me out of every other fucking sales coach out there? I want a genuine answer too, because I'm personally curious.
Honestly, why I chose Hamza, he was the first guy who, I saw who wanted to, had a mentorship open. So I was like, you know what? Like, fuck it. I'll do it. But the honest truth, and I'll be honest with you guys, is that at this time, the morning that me and Hamza had our call, I wasn't going to show. I wasn't planning on it. I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time. So she was the one to tell me, get on this call, because Hamza was spam calling me at the time. She said, get on with this guy. And she's the one that got me to show up and actually start this. So I'd like to say thank you to her real quick, but, that's about it.
But like more in depth, I'm saying like obviously you still could have said no on the call. So more specifically, like what about our call? Like what about the conversation that you and I had made you just decide like, you know what? I'm just going to take a chance. I'm just going to go with Hamza specifically.
So, man, that's a good question, man. It's hard for me to answer. I would say that, like, looking back at it now, I had no real, like, guidance. Right? I wanted to get into this. My buddy that was pushing me to do it didn't really give me the clear guidance that, I was looking for, right? He's saying, like, oh, yeah, this program will do you right. You'll get you all started. We'll get you on an offer, all right? Join that program, and I was like, all right, this didn't give me nothing. So I was like, if I take this risk and it works, which thank God it did now. I mean, what would it changed if I didn't? Right, I'd be in the same spot. I'd be working at that fucking tutor job, making $800 a month.
100%.
Right.
A little bit deeper of a question that I have for you, like what surprised you after joining that you weren't expecting before you actually did join?
Dude, my tonality. Like learning how to speak, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like you guys can think you know how to speak, but hop on a sales call and then try it. Cause it's a complete different game. When you're on a sales call, you gotta know what you're saying, you gotta know how to say it. So if you say one thing that's wrong, you've completely sold the call and it's finished. Right? So I think the biggest and like the most like obscure and different change that I thought that I had was my tonality. Hamza can even vouch. My tonality was shit.
It was fucking awful. It took us so long to get it dialed. But hey, he got it dialed. Biggest thing I want to ask you too is like, besides the money aspect of it and like the actual like location freedom of it, what is the biggest thing you've gained from it? Obviously, like, don't just tell me like sales skills. Like, yeah, whatever, sales skills are great. But like, what about the sales skills or like, what about the actual, for example, confidence like that you built? Like, what actually changed for you outside of the money?
I would say like the biggest thing that changed to me is like the connections, the friendships that I built within the community. Like I'm here now with Hamza. I didn't know this man fucking 8 months ago. 8 months ago, this dude was a fucking stranger to me, and now I'm here with him, right? So I would say the connections that you build within the community are something out of this world. You can do, and eventually even some of those people that you do meet in the community are potential business partners, right? And people that you can go on trips with. So I would say the connections and the friendships that you build within the community.
Okay, Arad. So since being on the current offer that you are, shout out Dom, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Dom DeLuca.
Yeah, no, he's a dog. One of the best connections I have in this space, and he's actually the reason Arad is currently closing on a full cycle offer, making $5K US a month. But what I was going to ask, so like being on Dom's offer when you were still a week, 2 weeks in, what was that experience kind of like? Like, were you scared? Were you did you already feel confident? Like, did you already know you're going to be making money? Like, what was that experience like?
Well, I'll be honest. I'll be honest here, guys. Dom and Caden put me on the chopping block for a bit. So I had a really shit show up rate when I was setting for them at the beginning. They said you have a month to fix it, right? So they told me I have a month to get my show up rate up to like 50% or 60 or whatever it was, right? At that time it was like 30%, right? So that's how I felt probably a couple weeks into my offer, was that I'm not going to be here for much longer, right? So I locked in, trained every day, started running mocks with my old offers, the old people on my offers, all of that. And I got my show up right up, and now I'm closing.
And then one of the last few questions I have for you. I'm leaving that in, by the way. One of the last few questions I have for you, Rod. If someone's on the urge of joining and they just haven't pulled the trigger yet, what would you tell them?
Do it. Just straight up. If you're on the urge of starting something, right, it's been on your mind that you want to do it, that you can see yourself successful in it. And if you don't do it, then later on down the line, maybe a couple months, a couple years, maybe it'll be the day that you die. You'll look back at it and be like, if I took action upon this, what would happen? Right? So you'll never know what will happen unless you take action upon it. So when I say to people that are on the verge of starting, do it, because you have nothing to lose. You'll either learn more about a business or an industry that you didn't know anything about, or you'll become super successful in it.
Fire, bro. Rod, congrats on the success, baby. Proud of you, truly. And hopefully within the near future, you'll be a coach inside of the program. Once you do your first 10K a month, you can be a coach.